Alright guys, yeah, so the first part of this video you saw me doing the most as far as crafting and other things. So let's give you a rundown of the week, what I've been reading, what I've got, what I've been doing. Let's start with the fact that how did I mix up the weekends that Mother's Day is? I thought Mother's Day was next weekend, not this weekend, not the 11th. So I was not prepared to do anything. I thought I was going to be home. I was ready to do my deck. I was going to be doing some painting, all of that. I was planning. And then halfway in the week, it was like, oh, by the way, next is Mother's Day. And I'm like, yeah. So I didn't get to make my mother anything that I really wanted to make. I thought I've made it, but it's still, the summer is long. My mother gets stuff all the time. I'm sure this is nothing for her because every weekend when I'm around is Mother's Day for her, okay? So I decided just to make a bag because I know she liked the green and brown bag that I did make. So I decided to make her one totally different, black and white. So as you can see, I did all the quilting. I did all the patchwork. I was being super creative. As you can see, both center is different for on each side. So it depends on how she wears it. She gets two different looks. This was fun. This was fun. And I am loving doing these bags. And I am going to continue making a few more special request bag. The shape of it is not conventional because it's a little longer, but I like it. When I just made it at first I was like, but then now that I've worn that bag so many times, let me show you guys. I travel with this bag all the time. So I was like, yeah, let's make another one and make it more of a neutral color that she can really get a lot of wear out of it. And then of course inside is black. The only thing I forgot to do because I was rushing, I don't have time. I don't have enough time because I made this in 2 days. All this quilting mess in 2 days. I forgot to put a pocket inside. And then I remember, do I even use the pocket in this one? And I'm like, yeah, I do. So even right now, there's something in the pocket that I didn't even know was in here. But depends on, you know, how she feels. I just will make another one and maybe ask her what color scheme that she likes. Yeah, so this is one of what I'm planning on doing for my mother for Mother's Day. But yeah, I like this. She's gonna love it, and I think more so because I made it. So let's talk about what I read. So let's get to this book. Okay, so let's talk about what I read. So I read Red Clay by Charles B. Fancher. So this is an arc I received, I'm terrible, from January. NetGalley, never got to it. The book is already released. It is out. So I'm still catching up, guys. I'm still catching up on, I'm not doing that bad. I think it was 9 requested, and this might be book number 5 that I completed. So I still got 4 to go. Nevertheless, I read it. So Red Clay. Red Clay is on a town called Red Clay, Alabama. It is a historical fiction, but this is how it starts. This man passed. He died. He's a 80-something-year-old man. Family grieving, and this white woman shows up at the funeral. No one knows who she is. Why is she here? And then when she was asked, I kid you not, the woman said, she said her name, and then she said, my family used to own your family. At first I was like, oh, that was some bold. That was bold. That was very bold. But then I was also like, unless you bring in 40 acres and a mule and about 150 years of, based on the timeline on here, 150 years of, what's the word I'm looking for? Of interest, accumulated interest. She'd have to go. She'd have to go. She'd have to go. I don't think I would be interested in anything at that point. Because what you want? Why are you here? You know, that kind of deal. Nevertheless, there goes this woman now is going to tell the story of her family, how she on the time period is also leading up, Civil War started. So in this, the man who passed, who was around 88, I think, he was about 8 years old at the time the story starts, and her father owned them. So there's that whole idea of his storyline, where her father was had all the things he wanted to do, and ultimately inherited his father's plantation, including his father's slave, and leading up to that, there's some financial issues and things that happen, and he made the decision of sacrificing himself to save his family's from poverty. And this toys with the fact that also back then how slavery was a business, and when slavery is getting abolished, there's some people who had end up losing everything, because who's gonna work your farm, especially when so many slaves left, who migrated, who found other ways to get away, find whether it's a freedom of not being around it, or to find families that were sold off, that kind of deal. So you are learning the background of that, and you also learning that this man now left a will, and there is this piece of land that was promised to this family. And this is giving me Happy Land situation of land situation and Tiefin family people, that kind of deal. But it became more than that. It became a story of generation of people who did not want to let go, and how they were surviving, but had that strong ambition, you know, wanted to have a school, wanted to be educated, wanted to take care of themselves. And also what happens when those who once were slave masters don't want that for the free blacks in this. It dig into how reputation mattered. It dig into religion in a twisted way. It dig into you know, having that strength. And this little boy, you watch him grow in the story. He's, you know, you see him around his father. You see him having to hold on to a secret that he can't say and tell anybody. He knew what happened, really happened to this, you know, to the slave master, that situation, and can't say anything, can't share it. But then as time goes on and as things are happening, he is forced to use it as leverage. I love that this book came a bit of an action pack. I love the characters that are introduced, whether it was family, whether it was friends. I love the whole talk of those who left as the years went on and life happens and they're surviving. Those who left and still end up coming back to the South. I really enjoy in terms of that the main character Felix, which happens to be a character based on the author's great-great-grandfather, and how he portrayed this person, this little boy that became a man, how strong he was willing to fight back, and it didn't matter the consequence, he was going to fight back no matter what. And I like that character was so strong in this. And I like the author realized that if initially was going to be a nonfiction book about his great-great-grandfather, but he wanted to portray certain things he didn't know or what he believed may have happened, and created this storyline that I thought was so good. I was surprised because at first it felt like, what are you giving me that's different from other books that has this kind of storyline? But as the story went on and you find that there's such a community within the book of these characters and how they are bonding together to build a school, how they're bonding together to defend each other and protect each other. I love this part of the story, and it's also again a part of history that is touched on because the author did his research. Because he had a palette, he had his great-great-grandfather's storyline to talk about and how he can use that to create this fiction and add on. But again, it is inspired by a true character. So I like that about the storyline. And I had a feeling that this was going to be based on actual true story, because there's something about it that I was like, oh, this feels so real in certain aspect of it. So I really liked it. I really like the characters on even the white side, how their life was just so sad in a way where you see especially the character that just became this evil person over time, and how you see him changing and being believing certain things. His own inhibition is like attached to something that was basically, it's almost like he got brainwashed in some way in the storyline, and chose that path that ultimately destroyed him. So that was interesting. Of course, the old white lady that showed up, her character as well, how over time she changed and her own desire she could not have because of a racism. And it's so interesting in this, and you think of those people who are affected by decisions that she is ultimately got in, where it's a part saving herself, but also part protection in a way. And if you've read this, you know what I mean, where she had the ultimate sacrifice, and you know, the happiness that sometimes people don't get. But this was interesting. That's all I'm gonna say more, because I feel like I could really talk about this book. But it was very interesting, and so we're gonna leave it at that. But this was really good. Not what I expected. Again, how it started off fooled me, and I'm glad that I pushed through and really started soaking up the story, because it got really good. All right, so the subscriber pick. I never read nothing from Voltaire. So what I'm getting is satire. What I'm getting is play on society. It will be interesting to see how connected it can be to the the price. This was published, it doesn't have it in here, it just have the republished date, but I think it was 1749, something like that. So I really like the cover, but it's starting to giving me Twilight Zone, y'all know the, what you call them, head of the vampire. Stop to say. I don't know why it's just giving me that, but I actually like the cover. It's very artistic. I think it just look like a painting, and I feel like it's gonna be play into the story. So we're gonna end it short, guys. It's gonna be read soon. So then I went back to the library to pick up other books. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, because I am still really interested in the Women's Prize this year. I don't know why. I don't know why. But for one, I was going to read this book no matter what. That was Elizabeth Strout. This is Tell Me Everything. I was going to read it. And then let me tell you about this damn book. Yeah, you see the cover? You see the cover of this book? How pretty is this cover? I really thought this cover, 40 pages in this book, and I'm like, the theme this year, it feels, I really, this is the fourth book. And I kind of feel like, are we just sticking to a theme that I feel, I read this and I was like, oh yeah, good girl. I read this and I was like, yeah, it's giving me all fours. Yeah. There is a rebel in this. You do have a rebel character in this that done got locked up. And has a business reputation, and you know, the cultural thing that's happening in this. I wanna like her, but I'm already like annoyed with her, and it's only 40 pages, guys. It's only 40 pages. So we're gonna continue this. We're gonna continue this. And the book I really wanted to read, fundamentally, it's still on hold. I really wanted that one. I had a sample and I was hooked, and I was like, yikes. But I refused to get the Kindle because the Kindle is too expensive. I'm not paying that kind of money for a Kindle version, and I might get the book. I don't know. So then I was on my TikTok and I was talking about the running. My shoes that I'm currently wearing is no good, and it's definitely not giving me any support, especially in the back of my heel. And I only feel it on the days that I run. So I started realizing, oh, my shoes is done. It's not good for running right now. So I asked on my TikTok, I do have a TikTok for fitness. Don't have that much follows on there because I really just started. But you can always follow me on there because my little journey over there. I did ask it on Instagram, but Instagram for some reason, I don't get any engagement on there. I think one person responded, but there was quite a few response I got on TikTok. I was very appreciative of that. There was brands of sneakers I've never heard of in my life. Never heard of. And I was like, what? So I'm like doing my research, and I do need to hit up an actual running, really good sneaker place. I think there's two that I was told of locally, and probably gonna do New York. But until I get there and I get the ones that I'm looking at, there's about 3 brands that I want to check out that I've never tried before, but the ratings were very high. And but I love that a lot of the runners said to me, don't just get the shoes, go in, try it on, go to like certain places that specialize in long distance running, and they will do like a nice fit on you so you can get the right one. So I was like, I definitely want to do that. If I do it, I will definitely video it, the process. But for now, I need something that not gonna make my feet hurt, and that I can wear. For now, that wasn't that bad, because I could tell you right now, is the shoes that I'm looking at, they're pricey, but it's an investment, because again, you don't want to mess your feet up because they're not gonna run at all. So anyway, I went back to my old faithful, So the shoes I was using now, it is ASIC. They don't have the store anymore. The store that was near me is shut down. So I was like, I just have to go back to the Old Faithful, which was when I used to do a lot of running. Every sneakers I had for that period of time when I was a heavy runner, which was around, I want to say 2009 to about 2015, something like that. I was a heavy runner then. And during that period of time, I was a New Balance girly. So I just went back to New Balance today, and the shoes that I was recommended, they didn't have available. And the guy it was so sad because he was like, oh no, you definitely need to do these shoes. And he looks, oh, we don't have any, we sold out. Then he said, okay, the level that was under it, they didn't have my size. So then we had to go to the other level, which is the 800. So I tried it on. It was good. But I can't say whether or not it's going to be good because I have not tested it out yet. So this weekend I need to do a 5K run. So I will test it out. And this will just have to be it for now until I can get the shoes that I'm really looking at, that I want to get, that looks super comfy, and I just love how it looks. Not only that, this is white and off-white. The way this is gonna be looking dirty within no time, not really a big fan of shoes that are like this color to run, because I run on the streets and I run in rain. If I'm out there and it start raining, I'm gonna just keep on running, and I just feel like this is gonna look disgusting after a while. So I'm going to this is gonna be it for a while, because it's probably gonna take me a good 2 weeks before I get the sneakers that I really want. It fits nice. The guy did fit my feet again, because I was telling him what size I definitely think I am, but he's just like, he got the foot thing out. He had me stand up. He had me press my foot down. And then when I put them on, had me like, you know, do that just to see. I like that he did that. He was really trying. And I could tell he was disappointed because the shoes he really wanted me to have, they were sold out. So this is just it for now, and we will be testing it out, and I'll let you know if it's good. It is, you know, so we'll see, you know, because New Balance, they are known for long distance running, so we'll see how this works out. And they are running shoes, so yeah. So all right guys, I am going to end this here, and I will definitely vlog this weekend. So Tuesday, Random Tuesday, we'll be back. Spend some time with my mother. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to do something with her, but you know, she has other kids, you know, they can't be all about me. Oh, y'all like that with y'all mother? Like, y'all just want to hog their time, even though they, you know. I just want to hog her time. But, you know, so guess we'll see what she wants and what she wants to do, because it's all about her. So to all the mothers that watching this, happy Mother's Day. I hope you have a wonderful Mother's Day. Get some me time. Do what you want to do, not us kids that can be a little selfish. Do what you want to do, because it is your day. And yeah, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. All right, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.